The last library. Dr. Naomi Wells had always been haunted by absence. She wasn't interested in history's kings or battles. What kept her awake at night were the silences, the missing voices. She thought often of the Library of Alexandria, consumed by flames, of Mayan codices, burned to ash by conquistadors, of manuscripts lost to mold, neglect, or war. Each represented not just paper, but entire worlds of thought erased. She used to tell her students, "When we lose a book, we lose a future that might have been." So she built her machine, not a sleek, polished device of science fiction, but a stubborn creation of brass, wires, and humming coils, hidden in the basement of the university. It wasn't meant for glory or riches. It was meant to chase ghosts. Her first leap nearly broke her. The air shimmered, her stomach turned, and suddenly she was standing in Alexandria in 48 BCE. The great library towered above her, marble columns gleaming. She wept openly at the sight of endless scrolls stacked in sunlight. The scent of papyrus and ink filled her lungs. Naomi hurried through the halls with her portable scanner, copying everything she could. Names of lost philosophers, maps of coastlines drawn by hands long gone, poems that had never been read in 2,000 years. But she couldn't linger. Even as she worked, the smell of smoke grew stronger, the sound of panic echoing from the harbor. She left just before the flames devoured it all. Her next leap took her to Baghdad in the 13th century, before Mongol invaders turned the city's libraries into rivers of ink and blood. Then to Mayan temples, tracing glyphs on stone that no modern eye had seen. With every journey, she became less Naomi Wells the historian, and more Naomi Wells the thief of time, stealing knowledge back from oblivion. But the machine was failing. Each return left sparks in the wiring, scorch marks on the floor, and still she pushed it further. On the night she swore would be her last journey, Naomi set the machine to find a different destination, the future. She wanted to know whether her work mattered, whether humanity still remembered its own stories. The machine bucked violently. She felt herself tear loose from the present, and then she was standing in silence. The sky above her was a dull, ash-gray dome. Buildings jutted like broken teeth, steel skeletons gnawed by time. The air stank of rust and abandonment. Naomi walked slowly, her boots crunching on shattered glass. This was no thriving future of libraries and archives. This was extinction. She searched the ruins until she found what must have once been a city square. At its center, a cracked stone tablet stood upright, as though left deliberately. She brushed dust from its surface, and her breath caught when she read the words carved there. "We forgot our stories. We forgot ourselves." Naomi sank to her knees. All her work, all her leaps through time, it hadn't been enough. She hadn't been saving the past for scholars or museums. She'd been trying, without realizing, to save a tomorrow that had already crumbled. Her machine sputtered behind her, electricity arcing across its frame. It had one jump left, maybe two, before it tore itself apart. She wiped her eyes and touched the tablet one last time. "No," she whispered into the ruins. "Not all stories will be lost." She slung the scanner over her shoulder, packed with thousands of rescued scrolls, codices, and manuscripts. With trembling hands, she reset the machine not for the future this time, but for the far past, where she could hide her library in secret places, waiting for someone to find it. The device roared. Naomi stepped into the light, carrying the last library across centuries. And then she was gone.